How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day as usual, and today, guys, bringing you guys a brand new video talking to you guys about the new patch for Call of Duty Ghosts. So this patch is pretty interesting indeed. It's quite a big patch as well. Quite a few, kill streak balancing. Got some esports information, some additional fixes, and some new features. So pretty interesting patch. And if you guys are new around here and you don't know how I do this patch update, what I like to do is I like to summarize the patch so it's key information for you guys. So instead of reading the whole patch, you get pretty much the summarized version. And if you would like to know the full patch, there will be a link, guys, in the description, guys, down below. And as always, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, so what is in this patch and what are we expecting? Okay, so first off, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the kill streak balancing. So, they haven't really done a kill streak balancing in a while. I don't know why they've done this, but what they've done is they've improved the vulture. So the vulture now lives for 90 seconds the same time as the sentry gun, which is pretty good indeed. They've upgraded the juggernaut, so at the assault moves quicker at 15%. The support juggernaut moves at an increased speed of 5%. And the assault/support juggernaut now has a focus perk on. So yeah. So now to the low-key buff is basically like a chopper type thing. The large rod can now be fired every 4 seconds instead of 7. So trying to improve the kill streak, trying to make it better. The rod fires at 1.5 seconds now instead of 2. And the small rods now fire at 0.3 seconds instead of 0.5 after every trigger pull. Which is pretty interesting. They're improving the low-key. I don't know, it's a bit late on in the game, to be honest. But, they're improving the assault kill streaks, which is pretty interesting. So yeah. So next up, we're going into the esports scene. So now what is it? There's not really much changing in the esports scene. Unfortunately, they haven't fixed the glitch for the S&D glitch on LAN. So if you guys didn't know, there was a glitch on LAN which affected Gfinity and affected a few other events. But basically what happened is in a previous patch, it changed the way it worked in LAN. So when you would plant the bomb and search and destroy in LAN, sometimes the bomb would plant, sometimes it wouldn't. And obviously it would affect competitive and you have to restart the round. So in esports, what they've done is they've added the ability to name teams when using broadcaster modes. That's pretty interesting news. So like Optic Gaming versus say TK or whatever, and the Codcast or whatever now has the option to name the teams, which is pretty good indeed. They've also added a team name to player card when in spectator mode, so you can tell you which team they are and all that kind of jazz, which is always good. Now, when esports rules are enabled for S&D and Strike Zone, it's kind of weird because esports rules for S&D on Strike Zone, like no one plays S&D for like MLG. I don't think you can play S&D on Strike Zone for MLG. So this is also like for casual players. Now basically, so when the esports rules are enabled for S&D on Strike Zone, the non-destroyed version of map is always used. So apparently there's a few occasions where, when you get a chem strike and the map changes, basically you're playing on that map, but now they've made it so the non-destroyed version is the map which always gets played, which is good, They've also removed the D-pad helper icon when in first and third person. What this means is there was an icon where you have the D-pad, I think, in the bottom left or corner or whatever, and you press 1 for this, 2 for that, etc. And they removed it to make the make the viewer aspect easier and make it better. So that's pretty interesting. So now on to the additional fixes. So they've done a few fixes here, quite interesting. So apparently, if you would switch between your Xbox 360 and Xbox One, your rank issue could occur. So maybe if you're like say level 5 on Xbox One, and you go to your Xbox 360, you might be level 2. Something like that. But they fixed the issue, which is pretty interesting. So yeah. They've also fixed the S&D round not ending when the entire team has been killed. They've also fixed an issue where a player could trigger a 10-second cap instead of a 5-second cap after stepping off a neutral flag. So what that means is, so if you were to cap a domination flag by yourself, it takes 10 seconds. If the flag has been neutralized, it's basically half. So basically, if it's neutralized, you can hop on the flag. Only takes 5 seconds, and this affected competitive because obviously sometimes if the flag is neutralized and it takes you 10 seconds, you're like, hang on a sec, it should only take me 5. So yeah, so they fixed that, which is pretty interesting indeed. I believe Optic Clayster tweeted out saying it's affected tournaments. So yeah, that's pretty good. They've also fixed an issue that allowed players to see enemy positions in the options menu during a kill cam. So basically in the menu, you'll be able to see the enemies mini-map and you'll be able to see where enemies were. So that's pretty interesting. They've also fixed a rare end of match crash. Apparently a few games at the end of the match the game would freeze up or whatever, so they fixed that, which is pretty interesting. And so yeah, so finally going to be talking to you guys about the new features coming to Call of Duty Ghosts. So they've added the reset stats option for max prestige players. I don't know why you'd like to reset your stats like this late on in the game, but if you play the game quite a fair bit, you know, and your max prestige, you know, reset stats is always nice. They've also added new music for Extinction and multiplayer. They've updated the Hitmarker colour to orange when it's the killing hit, so I'll just explain this quickly. So what that means is, say for example, it takes 4 hit markers to kill a guy, and hit marker 1, 2, and 3 will be in white, and hit marker 4 will be in orange. So basically what it's showing you is when you see the orange hit marker, that is when the guy is dead, and that means, you know, it tells you when to stop shooting. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. They've also added leaderboards for drop zone and reinforce, and finally, so the enemy oracle ping now shows as an oracle symbol on the player HUD, indicating what they outlined. So it's kind of a weird update, but basically, when the ping now shows a symbol and on the player HUD, which is like the HUD at the bottom. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So there will be some information, guys, about Extinction, etc. on the website. I will give you guys a link in the description, guys, down below if you want to head over to Extinction. And so yes, as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. There will be a link in the description, guys, down below, and there will be some information about this patch in the description down below as well. Remember to follow me on Twitter. We're almost at 300 followers. I believe we're like 7 or 8 followers off. So if you have Twitter, be sure to follow me at Consistent Gamer. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about the patch update. And as always, guys, see you guys in my next video. Have a nice day, guys.